Welcome back, basketball fans, to our coverage of the 2025 NBA Finals. Tonight, Game 2 saw the Oklahoma City Thunder dominate the Indiana Pacers, 123-107, seizing a 2-0 series lead. The Thunder's relentless defense and high-octane offense set the tone from the opening tip. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the charge, dictating the pace and never letting Indiana settle in. The Pacers, usually known for their speed and ball movement, were stifled at every turn. Tyrese Haliburton and Pascal Siakam fought hard, but the Thunder's depth and discipline were overwhelming. The home crowd fueled every Thunder run, making the Paycom Center a fortress. Oklahoma City executed their game plan to perfection, sharing the ball and locking down defensively. With a 2-0 lead, the Thunder are now just 2 wins away from their first NBA title. The Pacers must regroup fast as the series shifts to Indianapolis. The Thunder exploded out of the gate, electrifying the home crowd with their energy and focus. From the very first possession, they set an aggressive tone, swarming the ball and making it clear they were here to dominate. Jalen Williams wasted no time, slicing through the defense and opening the scoring with a powerful drive to the rim. Moments later, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander showcased his signature poise, knocking down a smooth mid-range jumper to keep the momentum rolling. The Thunder's defense was suffocating, forcing Indiana into early turnovers and making every possession a battle. Chet Holmgren made his presence felt with a thunderous block, igniting a fast break and sending a message that nothing would come easy in the paint. Indiana's Andrew Nembhard managed to quiet the crowd briefly with a deep three-pointer, but OKC answered immediately, pushing the pace and refusing to let the Pacers build any momentum or confidence. Tyrese Haliburton, Indiana's star playmaker, struggled to create against Lu Dort's relentless physical defense, finding no easy looks. On offense, the Thunder moved the ball beautifully. Crisp passes, unselfish play, and open shooters led to easy baskets and kept the defense guessing. By the end of the first quarter, OKC had built a commanding 34-22 lead, with Shai already tallying 14 points and looking unstoppable. The Pacers looked rattled and frustrated on the bench, unable to match the Thunder's intensity or find answers on either end of the floor. The first quarter was a statement. OKC was locked in, ready for the final stage, and determined to set the tone for the entire series. Indiana's coaching staff called an urgent timeout, searching for answers as their players looked concerned and the crowd roared. The Thunder had seized control early, playing with confidence and intensity, and from that moment on, they never looked back. The second quarter saw OKC's bench keep the pressure high. Isaiah Joe drilled a three, extending the lead and keeping Indiana on their heels. The Thunder's defense forced turnovers, turning them into easy transition points. Siakam tried to spark the Pacers with tough baskets inside, but OKC always had an answer. Holmgren showcased his versatility, scoring from deep and in the paint. A decisive 12-2 Thunder run, fueled by stifling defense, broke the game open. Shai orchestrated the offense, finding teammates for open looks. By halftime, OKC led 65-45, a commanding 20-point advantage. The Thunder's team basketball was on full display, outscoring Indiana 31-23 in the quarter. Indiana's offense looked lost, and their confidence was shaken. The Pacers faced a massive uphill battle in the second half. OKC's dominance was clear as they headed to the locker room. At halftime, the Thunder's flawless execution was the story. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led with 22 points, controlling every aspect of the game. Holmgren and Williams provided crucial support, and OKC's ball movement created open shots all half. Indiana's high-powered offense was held to just 45 points, with Haliburton stifled by Dort's defense. Siakam worked hard for his 14 points, but the Pacers looked rattled and turnover-prone. Coach Carlisle faced a daunting task: find a way to free Haliburton and reignite Indiana's offense. The Pacers needed major adjustments to have any hope. For OKC, the challenge was to stay focused and avoid complacency. The opening minutes of the third quarter would be critical. The Thunder were in total control, but the game wasn't over yet. The Pacers opened the third quarter with urgency, led by Siakam's aggressive drives. Indiana came out of the locker room determined to shift the momentum, pushing the pace and attacking the rim at every opportunity. Siakam in particular set the tone with his relentless energy, slicing through defenders and finishing strong at the basket. The Pacers' offense looked revitalized, and their body language showed a team unwilling to back down. Indiana's defense forced early turnovers, and Nembhard's three cut the lead to 14. The Pacers ramped up their intensity on the defensive end, jumping passing lanes and pressuring the ball. Their hustle paid off as they managed to disrupt OKC's rhythm and create fast break opportunities. For a moment, momentum shifted, but OKC responded instantly. The Pacers' bench erupted, sensing a possible turning point, and the crowd roared with renewed hope. Shai silenced the run with a tough jumper, then Holmgren buried a three to restore the cushion. OKC's stars refused to let the game slip away, answering Indiana's surge with poise and precision. The Thunder's balanced attack took over, with Williams attacking the rim and Dort hitting a key corner three. Every player seemed locked in, moving the ball unselfishly and finding the open man. Every time Indiana threatened, a different Thunder player stepped up. Whether it was a timely bucket, a defensive stop, or a hustle play, OKC always had an answer. OKC's ball movement left the Pacers scrambling, unable to string together stops. The Thunder's offense was a clinic in teamwork, with crisp passes and smart decisions keeping Indiana off balance. Holmgren dominated the period with 10 points and 2 blocks. His presence on both ends of the floor was undeniable, altering shots and finishing plays with authority. The Pacers' comeback was valiant, but OKC's composure never wavered. Even as Indiana made their push, the Thunder stayed calm, executing their game plan with confidence. As the third quarter ended, the Thunder led 96-78. The scoreboard reflected OKC's control, and their fans could sense the finish line drawing closer. Indiana had trimmed the deficit slightly, but it wasn't enough. Their effort was undeniable, but the gap remained daunting. The Thunder's depth and poise kept them firmly in control. Every substitution brought fresh energy, and the team's chemistry was on full display. The championship felt one quarter closer for Oklahoma City. The crowd could feel the anticipation, and the players fed off that energy. Indiana's best punch had landed, but OKC barely flinched. The Thunder's confidence only seemed to grow as the pressure mounted. The Pacers needed a miracle in the final period, as OKC stood just 12 minutes away from glory. The Thunder entered the fourth quarter with an 18-point lead focused on closing the game. Indiana fought hard, with TJ McConnell providing a spark off the bench. But OKC's offense was methodical, using the clock and making smart decisions. Shai controlled the tempo, hitting clutch shots and finding open teammates. When Indiana cut the lead to 13 with 6 minutes left, Jalen Williams responded with a tough and one layup, crushing the Pacers' hopes. The Thunder's mental toughness was on full display. As the final minutes ticked away, both teams emptied their benches. The outcome was never in doubt. The Paycom Center crowd celebrated a dominant performance. Final score 123-107 Thunder. OKC protected home court and took a commanding 2-0 series lead. The fourth quarter was a masterclass in closing out a finals game. The Pacers never got close enough to threaten. The Thunder are now just 2 wins from history. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was the undisputed star of Game 2. He finished with 38 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists, just shy of a triple-double. Shai's crafty footwork and deceptive pace allowed him to score at will, even against double teams. He calmly dissected Indiana's defense, making the right play every time. When pressured, he trusted his teammates, racking up assists and keeping the offense flowing. Shai's leadership and poise set the tone for the Thunder. In his first NBA Finals, he played like a seasoned champion. He embraced the moment, never shying from the spotlight. This was a statement game. Shai is a superstar on the biggest stage. His performance was the driving force behind OKC's win. The Thunder are 2 wins away, thanks to their leader's brilliance. The box score told the story of OKC's dominance, but the numbers only scratched the surface of how thoroughly the Thunder controlled this game from start to finish. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was unstoppable, pouring in 38 points with a dazzling array of drives and jumpers. Chet Holmgren was a force on both ends, adding 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 blocks, anchoring the paint and energizing the crowd with his rim protection. Jalen Williams chipped in 18 points and 6 assists, showing poise as a playmaker, while Lou Dort contributed 11 points and his trademark elite defense, hounding Indiana's top scorers and making life difficult for them all night. The Thunder shot a blistering 52% from the field, thanks to crisp ball movement and unselfish play. Their 28 team assists reflected a commitment to finding the open man and taking high-percentage shots. Aggressive drives into the paint earned them 25 free throw attempts, and they capitalized by converting 22, putting constant pressure on Indiana's defense and forcing them to foul. Defensively, OKC was relentless, racking up 9 blocks and 8 steals. Their energy and anticipation disrupted Indiana's offense, leading to fast breaks and easy points. For the Pacers, Pascal Siakam led the way with 28 points and 9 rebounds, working hard to keep his team in it. But Tyrese Haliburton, usually a dynamic playmaker, was held to just 12 points under suffocating defense. Indiana struggled to find their rhythm, shooting only 44% from the field and connecting on just 10 of 32 three-point attempts. Their inability to hit from deep made it tough to keep pace. The Pacers' 15 turnovers were costly, directly leading to 21 Thunder points. Each mistake was quickly punished, swinging momentum firmly in OKC's favor. OKC's bench outplayed Indiana's reserves, providing a spark and extending the lead whenever the starters rested, which only added to the lopsided result. The Thunder were more efficient, disciplined, and aggressive in every phase of the game, setting the tone with their energy and focus. Indiana's usual offensive rhythm was nowhere to be found, as the Thunder's defense forced them into tough shots and late-clock situations. The final stats confirmed what the eye test showed: total Thunder control, with every key metric tilting in Oklahoma City's favor. This was a team win in every sense, with contributions up and down the roster and a performance that left no doubt about OKC's dominance. With a 2-0 lead, the Thunder are in the driver's seat as the finals head to Indianapolis. History favors teams up 2-0, but the Pacers aren't done yet. Indiana returns home to Gainbridge Fieldhouse, where they've thrived all season. Game 3 is a must-win for the Pacers. Falling behind 3-0 would be a near-fatal blow. Haliburton must break free from Dort's defense, and Indiana's offense needs a spark. Defensively, the Pacers must find answers for Shai and Holmgren. OKC's challenge: maintain focus and intensity on the road. If the Thunder steal Game 3, the series could be over. Expect a desperate, energized Pacers team in front of their home crowd. The next game could decide the fate of the 2025 NBA Finals.